Did you know that you actually experience withdrawal whenever you go through a betrayal? Leslie Wells, connection coach here. I help individuals work on the relationship, heal the relationship, show up better in their relationships so that they can thrive in their relationships. And I do this by looking at things through an attachment lens. And attachment science is the biggest predictor of how people show up in relationships, why they do what they do, and why they show up the way that they do. Science has long proven that we were created for connection. We are created for a connection with our primary caregivers when we are children, and if we do not get that secure, healthy connection, then it affects us and we end up with insecure attachment and a lot of problems that follow us well into our adult relationships that will remain if we do not take the time, learn about it, and fix it. Another way that science tells us that we are created for connection is that when you are in a stable, secure, healthy relationship or a long-term relationship, even if it's not a healthy relationship, if it's a long-term relationship, when you're with someone over time, your brain starts to release certain levels of oxytocin that you get accustomed to. And that's a feel-good chemical that happens because you are in a committed relationship with someone and you feel connected and hopefully you feel safe in that relationship. It's the love chemical that develops over time and your body gets adjusted and gets used to having a certain level of that once you're in a relationship with someone. So when you have been betrayed in a marriage or a committed relationship, that oxytocin significantly decreases. All of a sudden, you have lost your feelings of safety. Your brain feels that disconnect, and immediately your brain responds to that because that is a threat. Again, we were built for connection. Our brain knows it. Our body knows it. We become completely dysregulated whenever there is a disconnect in one of our most important relationships. And betrayal, of course, is one of the biggest disconnects that can occur in a relationship, one of the biggest attachment ruptures that there can be. And so the brain will start to significantly decrease that level of oxytocin. So the individual who was betrayed literally goes through the same withdrawal experiences as someone who is withdrawing from drugs. So when someone who has been betrayed says like they feel like they are dying and that they are physically dying, there is some validity to that feeling. I go into a lot further depth on this with the nervous system and the damage to the brain and some of my other TikToks and on a podcast with Jackie Hall called Healing Sucks if you're interested in learning more.